service over self to supersize your business? Let's talk about this today. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here with Supersize Your Business. And today we're talking about a couple of things that this means to me. So my first question is, what does service over self mean to you when it comes to growing and building and supersizing your business? Because that's the most important thing. I'm going to give you a little food for thought on this topic in order to maybe expand your view of this particular topic. This I usually call give to get. Give what you want to receive. Put out into the world what you want to get back. So if you want more attention and more focus on your business and your media and the things that you do to make the world a better place, you want to give that to other organizations that are doing great things, right? Because there's this law of reciprocity. It's one of those pesky, awesome universal laws that work whether we believe it or not. So we can work with the universal laws, like the law of attraction, reciprocity, karma. Karma is actually a universal law. I know everybody doesn't believe it, but guess what? What you put into the world is what comes back to you, usually tenfold. So if you're putting good into the world, tenfold good comes back to you. If you're putting bad into the world, guess what happens? Tenfold bad comes back to you. Have you ever thought that you dealt with a problem or a situation and it was taken care of once and for all? And lo and behold, a year later or 5 years later, or even 20 years later, that particular thing pops back up and rears its ugly head in a different form, of course, but comes back again because we temporarily fixed something, but we didn't permanently figure out, well, what's the root cause of the problem? How do we go about making sure that it doesn't ever happen again? Not just that it doesn't happen again for 5 years or whatever it might be. This is a very specific topic that I'm delving into. So how do we go about giving before we receive? And then it's not always exactly the same thing. If I want more money in my life, I don't necessarily have to give money, but I have to give something of value. It's an energy exchange. A value exchange is how the world and the universe works. It isn't about a one-for-one, tit-for-tat type of thing that we create in the world. It's why I say create before you consume. Give value before you take. There are, and we all know this, there are people in the world that are givers and people in the world that are takers. I work with givers. I like to consider myself a giver, that I give value and create things that make my world and the world a better place. Some people might say, no, you really don't, but I would contend that I do. But one of the things I do is I create my content first thing in the morning every day. Why? Well, number one, there's no interruptions. Number two, I'm committed to getting it done, and I have found that the only way I can commit to getting it done is if I do the most important things first. Creating content to me is my personal most important activity, and so I'm going to make time for that. It's number one priority, gets done first. Of course, after my morning routine and after getting cleaned up. Otherwise, it would be very scary videos, and I don't want to make horror videos. I just want to make content value videos that can help people grow and build and supersize their business in this case. Impact and making a difference in the world doesn't happen until we create or give value or be generous in the world. And generosity can be, I'm paying attention to you. I'm helping you build your thing or do your thing in a positive way. Somehow contributing, it can be something as small as giving somebody positive feedback, right? Boy, people at least in my days in corporate America, were super happy and fast to jump on the negative. It's kind of like the media, right? They jump on the negative because they know that there's a percentage of the population just feeds into that. Guess what? Those aren't my people. If that's you, I'm surprised you've listened to me this long. So what are we going to do with this today? How can you, as you go about your day, look and notice and pay attention to ways that you can give value first, ways that you can just help. My favorite question nowadays is, how can I help? And I really mean it. How can I help with whatever it is that you're facing right now to grow and build and supersize your business? I might not have the answer, but I guarantee I know somebody that does, or I've had some experience that waylaid and can help us get you to the next step. I absolutely positively guarantee it. Just ask. So today I want you to do one thing. I want you to give one thing. One act of generosity, one act of putting more positive into the world. Heck, just give somebody a compliment, a sincere compliment, and then share in the comments below, how did that make you feel? I guarantee it's going to make you feel good and you're going to want to do more of it. And if it doesn't, were you really giving a compliment? to help that person feel better? What was your intention behind that compliment? Or was it just because you were checking a little box in today's action item and assignment for the No Nonsense November challenge? We've all been there. I've done that. I've told myself I'm going to go for a walk and I'm going to smile at everybody I walk by on my walk today. And then I'll get lost in thought and I'll forget to smile at somebody. And they'll give me a dirty look. And will I let that ruin all the people that I did smile at and say good morning to, or good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is I'm walking? No. I just focus on the people that are friendly back. And the other ones, I just tell myself, man, they must have something really heavy going on in their life, that they can't even look up from their feet and acknowledge that somebody has told them to have an awesome day or whatever, right? And we have to remember that. It's never about us. If people say no to us, if people reject us, if people criticize us, if people are haters toward us, it is never about us and what we're doing. It's always about them. So we should never take that stuff personally. I actually laugh at it now because it means I'm hitting a nerve. And if I'm hitting a nerve, that's causing them to think. And if I'm causing them to think for themselves, guess what? That is an awesome first step in becoming the better version of themselves. All right, that is our topic for today. Action item again. Do one nice thing for somebody else. Give something to somebody else before you take, and then don't even look for the take. Just give something of value in terms of, and guess what? Most valuable thing we have is our time and our attention. Just be present with somebody and see how that makes you feel. See how you experience things differently when you're actually right there with the person, having a real conversation. I'm practicing all these things. I practice them on my granddaughters. Why? Because I notice a distinct difference when I'm actually present and paying attention, or if I'm on my computer and doing something, or if I'm thinking about something else and they're playing. They know I'm not paying attention, and that's not what I want. I want them to know that I love them so much unconditionally, and that we are connected, and they get my undivided attention when I am with them. All right. Have an awesome day. If I can help in any way, ask. Otherwise, I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.